Battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
Back here, we are about to watch a high-powered matchup between two of the top teams here at this event so far. Both these teams are 2-0 heading into this game to play their last prelim matchup. San Diego Dynasty and San Antonio X Factor. Both these teams are evenly matched. You know, if we reset the bar from what we've seen so far, I mean, both these teams are, I don't know, Todd. It's too close to call. They're both 2-0. They both look phenomenal. Dynasty beat the brakes off of Top Gun, and X Factor looked pretty much flawless yesterday. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
He was telling me that last night they spent a lot of their time talking about how to make the weather conditions less of their enemy. X Factor is really concerned that that's going to be what costs the game for them, and they know Dynasty is very consistent and very strong going down the middle, so they're expecting that, and they're going to be going out wide. So we'll see who can get the first point here, Dynasty versus X Factor.
X Factor right away, getting Billy Bernaccia into Snake 1. No one in the Snake for San Diego Dynasty, and Dynasty gets a major penalty, I think, on Brandon Short, or Brandon Short's heading to the box. Looks like Blake Yarber's coming off early for Dynasty as well, too. Archie dies in the center for X Factor, so pretty much a bloodbath here to start out this point. Though X Factor with the advantage as far as field position is concerned. Colt Roberts, who had a phenomenal day, 18 confirmed kills. He had 9 in each game. And he is up at the 50-yard line there. You can kind of see his feet underneath that A structure. And the referee running in to check out Ryan Greenspan. Colt takes one. So Colt's walking off. So Billy Bernaccia, only 2 players left alive right now for X Factor. And the referee is also checking out the player for X Factor on the D side of the field. And here comes Ryan Greenspan trying to try to make a move on Billy Bernaccia. Beautiful move by Ryan Greenspan. Still 1 player left alive. It's Grayson Goff, and he gets taken out. Nice move by Ryan Greenspan, Todd.
Yeah, he saw Billy Bernaccia. Billy should have gone a little bit earlier, and right when he went to go, Ryan was wrapping around the inside to get a better shot on him. He saw Billy take off, so he instantly just ran directly at him to try and catch Billy while he was crawling in the mud, was able to get to him before Billy could get his head up. Excellent move by him right there, as they were able to execute a 4-on-2, 2-on-4, because after Brandon Short got that major, that pulled 2 bodies off, and Blake Yarber got shot on the break. So basically, Yosh Rao and Ryan Greenspan winning a 2-on-4 right there against X Factor.
Yeah, solid work by Dynasty. It did not look good for them, but Ryan Greenspan stepped up and made a big move over here on the Snake side to give Dynasty that first point. I think that was actually Scott Kemp. That was it was either Derek Jordan or Scott Kemp that was the last player left alive on the D side for San Antonio X Factor. So Goff and Kemp heading out to play this next point. Let's check in with the referee.
We have a penalty on the play. Number 7 of Dynasty, major playing on.
So, yeah, major to start it out. So, unfortunately for Dynasty, they have a point on the board, but Todd going to be playing down a body for a little bit of time on that that major penalty.
Coming on the field again, Ryan Greenspan and Yosh Rao. Alex Rodriguez going to get out there. Penalty on number 7, Alex Frage. He's going to be starting in the box. Penalty line, we saw last time Dynasty got a penalty. They went out to that mini race bunker on the Dorito side, looking towards the inside, back center, looking towards the Dorito side. They got a guy out here in the temple looking towards the inside.
So, Todd, that was actually Alex Frage with the penalty with the major.
Yep.
So it was not Brandon Short. Brandon Short got pulled for Frage's penalty. So Frage will be sitting in the box. Dynasty on your right. X Factor on your left. Carl Markowski for X Factor. Looks like a body coming off on the D side of the field for San Antonio X Factor. So they are down 1 early here. Yes. So it's evened up on the body count.
Yeah, Scott Kemp getting shot off that Dorito side, heading out wide. Alex Frage going to be sitting in that box for about another minute. Colt Roberts over there. This is Markowski and Montemayor on your screen right now. Carl is in Snake 1. Trying to figure out where the bodies are. He's just getting pounded by Dalton Vanderbilt over there across the field in the mini race bunker.
So Carl Markowski on your screen, dead center. Archie Montemayor right behind him here. See Eye in the Sky and the lineup. Better field position for X Factor. You see there's Carl Markowski right there in snake 1. Archie Montemayor right by him. And then it looks like Colt Roberts is also coming. So that's the angle that Carl Markowski's trying to shoot towards that D side of the field.
Here. And here's the bodies for Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty, though, kind of stuck back in that, back in the center, though, Todd. You know, just trying to fight through this major penalty and get Alex out.
And do they get him out?
Yeah, I think he is out. Yeah. So Alex Frazier is out, and he's doubling up that back center right now. So you can see the 5 players for Dynasty on your screen and stuck in that center. And it looks like they are going to... did Dalton get shot? No, Dalton's trying to make a move. Dalton definitely just head checked out into one. Carl Markowski sends a bullet cross field and gets a shot on Dalton, and Dalton stands up. He head checked right into that one. So there's
Alex Rodriguez up there in the middle of the field. Here comes Alex Frazier. He bounces out to the Dorito side and takes Dalton's old spot. Dynasty still with Yosh Rao in the back center. There's Alex Rodriguez and Ryan Greenspan. Yosh over the top. Frazier up there in your top right corner on the Dorito side.
Long point here. Neither team wanting to give too much ground. X Factor, though, again, better field position. Frazier was able to go out and fill that spot where Dalton got shot on the D side. And you can see there's Markowski on your screen, and that was that cross-field angle. See the Dorito on the other side of the field with all the yellow paint on it? That's the bunker where Alex Frazier is going to try to get to. You can see there, Alex Frazier.
Alex makes it in. Alex Rodriguez looking to launch. He's going to come up into the center can.
Oh, Carl got shot out of his spot. So Carl got shot cross field. And here comes Yosh Rao up into the center. And Archie comes off, so Dynasty wins a couple gunfights, and Alex Rodriguez off to the races up the center of the field. So beautiful work from San Diego Dynasty to turn a penalty play where they were down a body to start it out with Frazier in the box into a point win for them, which is going to give them 2 X Factor yet to get on the board here. So that was a pretty huge clutch play there by San Diego Dynasty. Smart gunfighting in there, and though they did lose Dalton, you know, they were basically able to, just keep it in the center and effectively use those gunfights to, it was bend don't break. So they let X Factor get a little bit of ground, but then they started winning those gunfights, and very successful point by San Diego Dynasty. So Dynasty 2, X Factor 0. We'll be right back after this. X Factor, 5 strong. Billy Bernacci going to be back here on the snake side of the field. Michael Kovar right behind him. So X Factor with a strong snake lineup for 2015. Billy's been doing it for a couple years for him. He's been playing that spot for a long time. Came out of the Hurricanes camp in the Northeast. And looks like he's going to be going to the snake off the break. Slides past the insert bunker, goes a little wide and able to get in clean. San Diego Dynasty, though, loses a body on that D side of the field. Tyler Harmon walking off with a face full of paint. And looks like they also lose Alex Rodriguez up the center.
Yeah, Billy Bernacci took 2 different routes to get to the snake and made it in both times. Just shows the craftiness of Billy Bernacci.
So X Factor fighting hard to try to put a point on the board here. Dynasty up 2-0. Billy Bernacci in that's the most important spot in the snake, as we've seen as the tournament's played itself out. Kyle Spica tries to do damage control and trades out with Billy Bernacci. Snake's open right now, but lots of bodies dropping. Here comes a big move down on the D side of the field. I think that's Dalton.
Yeah, he took off running. It he ran right by, I think that's Jordan over there with his gun down. Jordan watched Dalton come running at him, couldn't do anything because he had mud in his barrel.
Grayson Goff
was
day.
like, is that Dalton running in our backfield?
Yeah, well, that's why you have Dalton on the team, man. I mean, Dalton played last season with Tampa Bay Damage, but Damage saved their squad in the offseason, but they got rid of all the imports. So Dalton came back to Dynasty, and he was happy to come back and play with the team that he really made a name for himself. I mean, Dalton's been doing this for a while, played with Aftermath, but really started to become Dynasty's main D-side player. And then you can see there's Billy Bernaccia trading out with Kyle Spica. And it was good that Kyle even got a ball on him on that run out through the mud. So let's check out the event kill count leaders. So Alex Rodriguez and Colt Roberts both out here playing along with Ryan Greenspan. So 2 Dynasty players on this list. Colt Roberts with 19 confirmed kills so far. And he just played phenomenal yesterday. 19 kills and 12 points played. Very impressive numbers from Colt Roberts. Alex Rodriguez, 18. Toke Hamill on the board. It's great to see him step up for the Los Angeles Ironmen. 16 confirmed kills for Toke Hamill, having a huge tournament for the boys in red. Ryan Greenspan continues his dominance. No surprise to see Ryan Greenspan up there with 16 confirmed. And then Corey Bornstein, huge gunfighter for Los Angeles Infamous, 14 confirmed kills for him in 11 points played. So those are the 5 players dominating here for their teams. So X Factor narrowly wins that last point, man. Grayson Goff got surprised by Dalton, was still alive. So we got ourselves a 2-1 game right now.
I'm telling you, man, this field is an attack field. Derek Jordan, I mean, granted, if Derek Jordan's gun was working, probably been a different story.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is an attack field. This is one of those fields that, when in doubt, you're down bodies, go ahead, go forward. Dynasty used to have this call. It was called Moorhead, because Ryan Moorhead used to always do that on
just
Philly.
Cannonball forward.
Yeah, bodies would be dying. Moorhead would do a 360 and then just take off charging at you. So you'd hear Moorhead, Moorhead, Moorhead. That's there. Somebody's going to come running at you, or just take off running down the field and try and go get somebody.
So 2 Planet Eclipse factory teams. This game brought to you by Planet Eclipse, big supporter of paintball all around the world. And so these 2 Planet Eclipse factory teams battling it out. Close game here. Looks like Alex Frazier gets shot trying to get to Snake 1. Slow to get up there. Hope Alex is okay. Kind of shakes his shoulder out a little bit.
So Roberts, he gets shot. He actually ran up to that can and shot Alex walking off, and then got clipped trying to back up into the middle. But once again, X Factor in the Snake. Carl Markowski makes it in this time.
X Factor losing another body on the D side, though. So 3 bodies left alive for X Factor.
Yeah, it's Derek Jordan again getting shot over there. Off the Dorito side, getting out there again. Ryan Greenspan fills across into Snake 1. He's going to crawl over into Snake 2. Yosh Rao just trying to pin down Carl Markowski in the Snake.
Ooh, nice shot by Ryan Greenspan. Cross field. I think he got a shot on his roommate, Scott Kemp. So Ryan Greenspan continuing to chalk up kills for San Diego Dynasty. That will put a 3rd point on the board for them. Score will be 3-1 with 13:55 to go here.
Yeah, Carl Markowski couldn't do anything. He took a fat core sample on that, so he's going to go back and get cleaned up. Dynasty in charge right now, 3-1. We'll be right back after this.
More action coming at you from the 2015 PSP Dallas Open of Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez and 2 of the favorites here, San Diego Dynasty and San Antonio X Factor, both with 2 wins heading into this game. But it's been a little bit more San Diego Dynasty than X Factor, as the score is now 3-1. Ryan Greenspan having a great game for San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, both these teams with 2 wins. Both of them demolished Boom and Union, the other 2 teams in their bracket. So both Dynasty and X Factor will be moving on. Boom was actually able to just get that win over Top Gun Union. So Boom going to be the 3rd ranked team in this bracket. But both these teams will be making it in. Right now, just playing the field. Oh, that's Scott Kemp. Scott Kemp getting shot on the break, going out that Dorito side corner.
Cole Roberts still alive on the D side. Billy Bernaccia makes his move into the snake as we're looking at the lineup for Senegal Dynasty. Then Brandon Short brings his gun over to try to stop Billy Bernaccia from moving up. There's no one in the snake, though. And that's what's amazing about this snake layout is that, look, even with Brandon Short shooting towards that side, and this is now Brandon moving over, Brandon trying to make a big move, and he ends up getting eaten alive. So Billy Bernaccia is still alive. Ryan Greenspan wheeling and dealing. He gets chewed up by Montemayor, and then streaking down the D side, trying to make another big move is Dalton, but he gets shot as well during his push forward. So Colt Roberts still alive on that D side. Good job by Archie, Billy Bernaccia, and Grayson Goff to make this a 1-point ball game, Todd.
Yeah, Billy Bernaccia, again, runs out to the corner, waits for his opportunity, jumps up in the snake. You know, having a snake guy that understands how this game goes, you know, how to get in there, you know, and be effective. Billy's doing a really good job of it this game.
Yeah, stands are starting to fill up. Yesterday it was raining most of the day. So, but yeah, so, you know, and this is a good game, man. I mean, this is we're kind of setting the stage for tomorrow here, watching these two teams throw down. You know what, though, I was going to say with Billy and that back corner bunker, Todd, is that on the snake side, we've seen most guys committing to either going off the break to the snake or going to those insert bunkers and then making their move across. We haven't seen too many guys go out to that back bunker and then make their move up to the snake. So do you think that's something that we're going to see a little bit more of tomorrow and maybe today as the games play themselves out?
Well, it's a mind game. You know, you look down the field, you see Billy Bernaccia. You watched him yesterday running around the second temple and diving into the snake. A lot of people getting shot that way. So what does he do? He runs right by the first temple and dives straight in front of that second temple and gets in there. The second game, you think he's going to take the same route. He ends up taking the wide route, comes around the second temple and on in and makes it in. So the lanes are slightly different. Third game, he's in there. You think he's going to run to the snake again? Nope. Back out to the corner, gets his gun up, looks for the opportunity, and then straight into the snake from the back corner. So, I mean, just an intelligent player, you know, knowing that there's different ways to be effective to get into the snake and get in there alive and not just telegraph your movements every time. Just know, oh, there's Billy. He's going to run this way. This is where we shoot for it, you know?
Well, the good thing with the pickup of Markowski is that once he gets situated and starts work within the program, obviously Billy's been playing the snake for X Factor and doing it well, helped them win a championship 2 years ago at the World Cup. So, you know, so Carl coming in, it just makes him really deep on the snake side. Mikel's healthy. He feels good. He's doing really good as that, too. And their D side is getting really deep, too, with the addition of Derek Jordan, who started to play a lot more paintball last year and really started to work his way into the starting lineup.
Yeah, Blake Yarber gets blown up trying to go out to the Dorito side. Alex Fragi also getting shot coming out to the snake side for Dynasty. So good shooting on the break this point for San Antonio X Factor. Archie Montemayor is out here wide on the snake side, outside using those big bunkers to block him off as he tries to put players in and gets a shot in on Ryan Greenspan out of that back center. Grayson Goff gets chopped up going up the middle. Yosh Rao walking off the field for Dynasty, just one body left alive. I believe it's Alex Rodriguez still sitting in the middle trying to fight, but just get pinched from both sides as Archie Montemayor gets another kill from that snake as he walks off the field. So there's Archie on your screen, getting a couple kills for X Factor.
Yeah, going to tie this game up here 3-3. So real big point by Archie Montemayor. Looks like he had 2 confirmed kills. That gives Archie 6 total for this particular game. Archie Montemayor, the 2013 Top Gun Award winner, best player in paintball last season.
Yeah, getting a couple kills. Got Ryan Greenspan and Alex Rodriguez there at the end. Tie this game up.
Well, this is kind of what we expected to see here, Todd. With both these teams sitting 2-0 and beating up on Boom and Top Gun heading into this matchup, and with the way that this field layout has played and how we've seen these two teams execute their game plans, we were expecting a close match here. And the question heading into this game, obviously who's going to win, because you know both these teams are really hungry to get back to the top. Dynasty struggled a little bit towards the end of the year. middle part of the year, really. And then and X Factor also had another, inconsistent year last season. I talked to Alex Martinez, the owner and coach of San Antonio X Factor, and it was really interesting to listen to him break down his team, break down the type of practices they've started to run. And as a coach yourself over the years, the way he's looking at drills, the way he's looking at the mentality for his team, the approach he's bringing to it, it was really impressive to kind of listen to him talk about his squad and how he thinks they're going to do and how he's been working them to make them even better than they are. On the flip side, Rusty Glaze guiding the ship for San Diego Dynasty. Dynasty does not have Oliver Lang on the squad this year. He's taken a sabbatical, and that means that the rest of the boys are going to have to step up. The thing, though, is that we can't. Yes, Oliver Lang's not here. Yes, Oliver Lang's a beast, but we're talking about a team that has some ridiculous talent on it, and they had done well without Oliver before when he went to the Ironman. So, and Ryan Greenspan, it was interesting because heading into this event, we had spoken about how Ryan had stepped up big time when Oliver left the first time, and then Ryan is also stepping up again. On the breakout, Billy Bernaccia gliding into Snake 1, but getting shot out on his gun.
Dalton Vanderbilt getting shot for Dynasty. Going out to that Dorito side. Kyle Spica coming across into the second temple on the Snake side. Looks like X Factor got it pretty far up pretty quick. Tyler Harmon looking towards that Dorito side, up in that Dorito side can. Referee gonna run in, give him a check. I think Alex Rodriguez might be in for a penalty. Oh, no, ref runs in, runs out. Alex Rodriguez, Tyler Harmon alive in the middle for Dynasty. Kyle Spica still over here in the second temple. Brandon Short in the back center. Tyler Harmon gonna get a check as he tries to bump out to the Dorito 1. He doesn't make it. Alex Rodriguez shooting bodies in the middle. Players from X Factor walking off all over the place. And Derek Jordan, the last body alive for San Antonio X Factor, as Alex Rodriguez
nice work
runs over and grabs the flag.
Nice work by Kyle Spica over here and on the Snake side, holding it down along with Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez, 5 confirmed kills for him. And though that was kind of a little bit of a chaotic point, bodies dropping from both sides, maintaining their composure for San Diego Dynasty was Alex Rodriguez and Kyle Spica. And now
that referee giving Alex a pretty thorough check over there. That referee had the look in his eye when he ran in behind Alex, looking towards the Snake side, but he's good to go. And that is going to give San Diego Dynasty a 4-3 lead right now, as Dynasty and X Factor are going back and forth. This is a good game because, as both of these teams have wins, it's a good game for them to get a better feel for the field. We saw both of them destroy Boom and Union, but we felt like both teams were playing well as a team, doing good things on the break, shooting good lanes. But it's nice to go play another team that is playing well and beating people to see, if your stuff really actually is working.
Well, that's a good point because both these teams are 2-0 heading in here. So regardless of who loses this game, that puts the loser at 2-1, and neither Union nor Boom was able to put 2 wins on the board. So Dynasty and X Factor will be moving on. But just like you said, when you have those 7-0 games, those 7-1 games, it's kind of really tough to tell what exactly is working. It's when it seems like everything is working. So, to speak to what you said, when you come out here and play another team that's smashing at the tournament, it gives you a really good test, and that way you're able to kind of tune things up a little bit better. So it just makes you stronger. Even if you lose the game, it's going to make your squad stronger heading into Sunday's competition.
Yeah, Aftershock has to play 2 games today. Impact has to play 2 games today. I think we were looking at it last night, how the seeding is going to work. We'll talk more about this a little bit later once we see, how the afternoon games play out. But, the 1 and 2 of this bracket will play the 1 and 2 of bracket 1, which has Impact, Infamous, Aftershock, and Outlaws. So Aftershock, Impact, and Infamous, when we see that, how that bracket plays out, it's going to determine who Dynasty and X Factor will play later.
So Markowski walking off early here, getting shot off the break at the outset of this point. 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go here. And it looks like Ryan Greenspan was the one who shot Carl, adding to his already pretty stellar kill count here for this tournament. Ryan Greenspan, 8 confirmed kills here in this match. San Diego Dynasty with a slight lead, trying to push up in that center, but losing Yosh Rao. And here comes Ryan Greenspan to take his place. Alex Frazee slowly but surely making his way up here on the snake side of the field, playing smart, wrapping around, trying to get that cross-field shots, trying to count the bodies. And there's Ryan Greenspan on your screen at the 50-yard line, talking it up. The one big plus that Dynasty has with these guys playing with each other so long is that the communication and the teamwork. And that is really going to play itself out here because there's no more coaching. You don't get any help. It's all just the 5 guys out there on your team. So Dynasty taking another one here against San Antonio X Factor to increase their lead by 2. It's going to be 5-3 with 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go. And a pretty awesome point by Dynasty, controlling the field, making crisp moves, shooting guys off the break. Alex Frazee getting on the board, Brandon Short, Blake Yarber, and Yosh Rao. So a good team effort from San Diego Dynasty on the last point. They had 4 bodies alive, Todd, at the end of that one.
Yep. I mean, getting Ryan Greenspan is really just living. You saw on that kill count leaderboard, he had all those kills in all the games he played. He only had 1 death. So, he's shooting people on the break, and he's getting up the field, closing games. Had a really good one, to start this match off. But Dynasty right now 5-3 over San Antonio X Factor.
Well, let's check out this replay here, Todd. So you see all those bodies in the center. All those bodies in the center. You see Ryan Greenspan make his move, and up in the center right there, there's Ryan Greenspan. And he's been doing a good job of playing all over the place. But once Yosh Rao died out of there, Alex knew he had to get up there. And he did a good job. And then you saw some of the effects. There's Grayson Goff getting tapped out. So nice work by San Diego Dynasty, getting good cross-field spread. And then the last 2 players left alive for X Factor in that point. So let's see if X Factor can turn it around here. They're going to send their next squad out. This almost might be a good time for X Factor to call a timeout. What do you think? Down by 2, a little bit of the momentum's going towards Dynasty. Maybe try another game plan. Again, it's kind of just practice to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this might be a good time to talk it out, figure something else out, or not.
It's just tough because, in a game like this is where you test out some game plans sometimes. But, again, I mean, not to beat this dead horse anymore. When it's muddy out here, it makes it kind of difficult. So, the speed and the game planning, becomes less of a factor than getting the spots alive and getting kills on the break. If they're going to try anything different, try shooting on the break from different spots. They get Alex Rodriguez early here. Archie Montemayor starts attacking up the middle of the field. Tyler Harmon up in that center can as well for Dynasty. Dalton Vanderbilt getting the thorough check in Dorito 1 for Dynasty. Here comes Tyler Harmon through under the X.
Oh,
nasty.
And
he's going to bunker out Archie before he gets picked up by either Colt.
So we haven't seen anyone make that under the A move yet, that center structure. But Tyler Harmon, who's a real tall guy, was able to stay in stride, get underneath there, and put it on Archie. Archie had no idea that was coming. So nice move by Tyler Harmon to clear out the center of the field. And anytime you can get Archie's gun off the field, that's a good move.
Yeah, Kovar gets shot, but so does Vanderbilt. And here comes Billy Bernaccia. He's going to dive into Snake 1. Kyle Spica coming out of the corner and getting into Snake 1 as well. Now Ryan Greenspan again attacking up through the middle, gets in that center can and shoots Colt Roberts in the face. Ryan Greenspan shoots, turns around and shoots his own guy, Kyle Spica, and then shoots Billy Bernaccia in the face as well.
Ryan shot Spica?
Ryan turned and gunned Spica down on the run and then went and bunkered Billy. And then Ryan got shot from across the field by Derek Jordan. But, I mean, Ryan, if he had lived, it would have been just Derek Jordan over there. Ryan, as he came up into that can, put a ball in on, see, watch here, Ryan. Here's Tyler Harmon's move coming through the A as he bunkers Archie right in the middle in that tall cake in the center behind the A. And then runs off the field. And then Ryan, here's Tyler again. Underneath, Archie's looking snake side.
Tyler's a pretty athlete. I mean, Tyler's about 6'2", maybe 6. Yeah, I think he's about 6'2". He's a real tall guy to get that small and keep going. So nice work. There's Tyler Harmon.
Oh, man.
Always energetic, always positive, always got a smile on his face. Yeah, he's a hype man. Also, Tyler is another guy. He's been playing pro paintball for over 10 years. He started out like 14, 15 years old playing on Bob Long's team, coming from NorCal, and he's now you know, continuing his career at San Diego Dynasty. So close ball game here. 8:05 still on the clock. Nice job by Derek Jordan to stay alive in all that chaos there on the D side.
Yeah. I mean, he and Colt are getting kills. You know, Colt, this is the second time Colt was up in the mix over there on the Dorito side getting kills, and Ryan Greenspan came out the Snake side and got a shot in on him.
But, you know, with Derek Jordan, when I was talking to Alex Martinez, he was singing Derek's praises. And he's like, hey, look, Derek's a guy that had been on our team back in the day, left to, you know, get a good job, go to school, take care of the things he needed to take care of, and then once he had everything situated, came back, said, hey, I want to get in there again. And he slowly but surely worked his way into the starting lineup, and X Factor expecting big things out of Derek Jordan this season. I want some of whatever Tyler's having. Whatever energy drink he had this morning, that's what I want. He's always such a positive guy.
I don't think I want that. I don't know if I want that. I'll stay away from those.
So right now, getting reset here. On your screen, San Antonio X Factor. There's Archie running up in the center with Grayson Goff.
Blake Yarbrough going to get shot on the break for Dynasty. Yosh Rao coming almost all the way up to the A.
Two bodies coming off for Dynasty.
Oh, there goes, is that Carl or Grayson?
I think that's Carl.
Carl tried to come up the middle instead of going out wide on the Snake side, and he gets torn apart. They got Colt Roberts over there still. Z fills out to the first Snake Temple. Yosh Rao in the middle is going to get clapped up in the back from Archie Montemayor on the low wrap. And here comes Archie. He wants to get some revenge.
But he gets shot after he grabbed the flag. Lost the body count there, pushing a little too aggressively in the center. Colt Roberts comes right behind him, passes the flag up, comes and owns both Alex Rodriguez and Brandon Short. So Colt Roberts going to add a couple kills to his stats right there.
Colt Roberts' vision is on point right now, and he is shooting some laser beams at people. Just stat stuffing through the middle over there. There's Colt Roberts.
So good job by San Antonio X Factor, going to be tying this game up here at 5.
So and X Factor going down 2, coming right back. Put another 2 on the board, making this game interesting.
And there's Colt 45, was on your screen right there. And, you know, Colt, he had a really big tragedy happen, actually. His family's house burnt down a couple months ago. And thank you for everyone that supported Colt in the fundraiser that we did for him. And, you know, but Colt it was crazy. I talked to him about it, and he was surprisingly jolly, considering that everything they ever owned had burnt to the ground into complete ashes. But he was real positive about it. Really looking forward to this year. And it, you know, to him it was just a kind of a minor setback because, I mean, I know that sounds kind of crazy to say, but the way he put it was like, look, I'm young, I got a great job, I got a great wife, got a great family, got a great paintball team. Everything's going great. This is just, I mean, yes, it totally sucks, but you know, I just love Colt. He's just got a great mentality about life and a great mentality about paintball, and you know, obviously having a phenomenal tournament here so far.
Yeah, I mean. You burn all your stuff down. It's just stuff, you know. Granted, my house burned down. I'd probably be upset about my shoes. You know, I'd probably miss my shoes the most.
Your shoe? Oh, yeah, you do have a nice shoe collection.
Be like my shoes. But yeah, you know, good positive attitude. And, you know, coming out here doing really well this first event. It's definitely been fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly down on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I am in Dynasty's pit with Alex Frazier. Alex, last year your word in the pit was grit. That's what you guys said a lot. This year I hear Tyler especially yelling touch base, touch base. Is that kind of the theme for this year that you guys are really focusing on?
Yeah, since there's no coaching, communication's a huge factor. So to connect with your teammates is crucial in those long points where you lose track of bodies. So yeah, we want to connect with each other, and that'll definitely give us a better chance of winning the game.
All right, it's time 5-5 right now. We'll see who takes the lead.
Connect gang, Alex Frazier. Got to connect with the homies.
So right now, Archie Montemayor and Ryan Greenspan leading these teams with 9 kills apiece. Off the break, though, disaster strikes for San Diego Dynasty on the Snake side of the field. They lose Kyle Spica trying to get into Snake 1. Brandon Short, though, pushing up to the stand-up tempo on the inside. On the flip side, Archie Montemayor and Billy Bernaccia both coming off and both shot by Brandon Short. But Dynasty loses Ryan Greenspan. Another body drops for San Antonio X Factor. So vicious gunfights going on here to start this point as we have a tie ball game right now. And X Factor, only 2 bodies left alive for them. Michael Kovar stuck in the back center and Derek Jordan.
Back and forth it goes. Tyler Harmon gets shot. Colt Roberts takes off. He gets shot.
Derek Jordan gets shot on the D side for X Factor. It's 1-on-2 right now.
You got Short and Dalton. Dalton moves up into the Dorito 1. Brandon Short, he is still in.
So just 1 player left alive. It's Michael Kovar on the left-hand side of your screen. But he gets taken out trying to push towards the snake side of the field. And it looks like Brandon Short picked him up. So beautiful work by Brandon Short there. Very chaotic point, but Brandon Short maintained his composure. He lost his front guy. He moved to the inside. And when those bodies started to drop, he just started looking for lanes and just started, chalking up kills. So Brandon Short, 3-pack for him. Shot Derek Jordan on the D side, shot Archie Montemayor in front of him, and then was able to get that kill on Billy Bernaccia. So real good work by Brandon Short to save that point for San Diego Dynasty, as well as Darton Vanderbilt staying alive on that D side. So the score is now 6-5 in favor of Dynasty. They are 1 point away from taking this victory here. 2 more awesome games coming at you in the morning bracket. Baltimore Revo going to be taking on Thunder. And since, again, Revo lost their second game of the tournament to the Los Angeles Ironmen, the best they could do is 1-2. And Thunder also went down 2 yesterday. They lost to Houston Heat 4-3, and then also lost to the Ironmen 7-2. Let's listen in here to Dynasty's pits.
Let's go right now. Let's do this. Let's go. Go, Rod.
The hype man, Tyler Harmon, pumping his boys up. There's Yosh Rao, one of the best gunfighters on Dynasty.
Yosh Rao getting up in the middle of the field.
It's like a timeout being called by X Factor. So that's going to give Dynasty a little bit more time to game plan, as well as Rusty Glades heads out on the field to talk about some game plans. Dynasty is going to huddle up. Again, this game brought to you by Planet Eclipse. Both X Factor and Dynasty sponsored by Planet Eclipse. Also, Planet's doing, so they had the roster last year with Chicago Aftershock, who we're going to see later on this afternoon, which was a great story. But this year, they're going to bring back the Artifact series, and they started out by doing a couple little pieces on Dynasty losing Oliver for the season that you can go check out, kind of get the backstory behind Dynasty for 2015. And then there's a duo of rosters starring San Antonio X Factor, from the past couple of seasons. During their World Cup victory that season was pretty interesting, because X Factor has been around for a long time now, but they started out, came on the scene mid-2000s, won some tournaments, made a name for themselves, and then kind of fell off for a little bit. And Alex Martinez was like, look, boys, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. So he rebuilt the team. They came back in force, got the band back together, and they started doing well again.
Getting the band back together was the most important part, because like when you have a good team, you have success, there's some headhunters out here start going after your good players, giving guys, offers, and sometimes you lose players because of jobs or school or something, and
Archie went to go play with Dynasty.
Yeah, and then finally, comes the opportunity where, kind of like what happened this year. All these guys from Texas were like, hey, let's play with our boys. Let's get the squad back together, and that was,
3 seasons ago now.
3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And it's really been great to see all these guys together, and then making like a little pickup here and there. Has made this team just that much more exciting.
Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly before we start this next point.
Hey guys, I'm in X Factor's pit with Coach Ryan Brandt. Ryan, this is a game-changing point. What did you guys need to discuss strategy-wise to make sure you could try to tie it up?
At this point with the mud, they know where we're going. We know where they're going. It's just trying to pick up that one body that we know that's not going to come out too wide.
All right, we'll see if they can do it and tie it up. Back to you guys.
So off the break, Colt Roberts dying early for San Antonio X Factor. One body advantage for San Diego Dynasty. Blake Yarber, Alex Rodriguez, Josh Rao, Ryan Greenspan, and Alex Frazier on the field for Dynasty right now. We're looking at the line for Dynasty on your screen. There's Ryan Greenspan. Kill count leader for San Diego Dynasty, 10 confirmed kills for Ryan Greenspan just in this game alone.
Archie Montemayor right behind him with 9, though. Grayson Goff also with 9. Really putting in work.
Oh, but Ryan gets caught in his bunker trying to head check towards that D side. I think that might have been Derek Jordan. Here comes X Factor charging up on that D side of the field, getting decimated in the center. So nice work. I think that is Derek Jordan over there.
Yep. There's Blake Yarber on your screen. He's over in that mini race bunker on the Dorito side. Alex Rodriguez getting shot out of the back center. Just 2 bodies left alive now, I believe, for San Diego Dynasty. Alex Frazier in the snake side corner, if he's still in there, and there is the last body as Alex Frazier gets shot.
Hey, and Todd.
And then Blake Yarber.
Story of that point, Derek Jordan.
Yeah.
Three pack over there, D side, comes up, makes it to the 50 D side, rolls around, and just starts destroying Dynasty in the center. He shot Greenspan, Rao, and Alex Rodriguez.
He's been more and more fun to watch, man, I tell you.
Well, we were just talking about that. How Alex Martinez was like, "Hey, don't sleep on my boy Derek Jordan. He's gonna get spins. I promise you, he's gonna get kills."
Who's been your who do you think's playing the best out here so far that you've seen?
Team-wise or player-wise?
Player-wise.
Oh, man, it's been tough, man. We've seen some really good performances by a lot of guys. Obviously, you know, this game, Ryan Greenspan, 11 kills. He did just get his head blown off by Derek Jordan, but still dominating. Yesterday, Alex Rodriguez had something to prove, had some of the best run-throughs in the center we've seen. Toke Hamill's been stepping up for the Ironman. Toke Hamill's been really impressive. Impact, it was so tough when they played that. Impact's only played 1 game, and that was very good teamwork, so no one really particularly stood out on Impact.
Greg Lazat.
Yeah, Greg Lazat for 187. But 187 had a lot of guys that stepped up. Nick Sloviak held it down for him a little bit. Nothing superstar-ish, but just really consistent. Lazat definitely stepped up.
Zaleski and Trailer duo.
Zaleski and Trailer, the dynamic duo. And then on X Factor, obviously Archie Montemayor. Colt Roberts played phenomenal yesterday. He's had a pretty good day today as well. So we've got a lot of guys back and forth. On Infamous, Damian Ryan clocked in with a bunch of confirmed kills yesterday in 1 match.
Corey Bornstein.
Corey Bornstein was
He's
feasting.
playing well. He's getting tons of kills. Not making it look too flashy, just getting the job done. Getting tons of kills out there.
Yeah, and then
Alex Goldman.
Alex Goldman. Yeah, Alex Goldman for Infamous played really well. Kevin Klum. Kevin Klum yesterday for the Russians, for Moscow Red Legion. Kevin Klum had 11 confirmed kills. So we've definitely had some guys balling out for sure here that came to play paintball in 2015.
Well, Maddie, we got a little bit of a pause. We got a timeout. But we got a 6-6 game here. This is to see who's going to get the first seed.
Well, we haven't had it. We have not had a game go to 6-6 yet at this event. I mean, the closest matches that we've seen so far, the Boom and Union game was pretty close. I think this might be the closest game. Yesterday, the
Crew Legion.
Yeah, I was going to say the Crew Legion game was a 6-5 game that went to time. We haven't seen too many games go to time so far at this event. I believe only 2 games. The Thunder Heat game, 4-3. That was a really close one. That went to time. The Legion Crew game went to time. Those are the only 2 games yesterday that did. And then today, we have 4 minutes. I don't think we're going to see the end of regulation time. I think we're going to see one of these 2 teams pull the point out in 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Like Ryan said, we know where they're going. They know where we're going. It's about who's hitting their shots on the break. Blake Yarber, actually, he's gotten bounced a couple times going out to that Dorito side. You know, Dynasty's doing a really good job of shooting the snake side, but you know, it looks like over there, Dynasty's gotten a couple lucky bounces on that Dorito side, but you know, Derek Jordan and Colt Roberts really making up for it. But you know, it seems like X Factor's really doing a good job on the Dorito side. Dynasty is really doing a good job on this snake side.
You know, another guy we got to send a shout out to is Brandon Cornell, because Brandon Cornell dislocated his shoulder and refused to tap out of that point. He could have just been like, oh, hey, this is really painful. I'm going to tap out right now and go try to put my shoulder back in my socket. But he stayed in the point the entire time. They were down a point. They ended up coming back and winning that. So, and then they had to take him to the hospital right after that. So, you know, he gets honorable mention for sure, just on pure toughness alone.
Just had the visual in my head, his arm dangling there.
Poor Brandon Cornell. So hopefully he'll be back We're not going to see him back at this event, though, and he had dislocated his shoulder last weekend. So the fact that he even came out and started for the Ironman after dislocating his shoulder and knowing it could pop out again at any point in time, knowing that that was probably going to confront him at some point this weekend, especially with all the mud.
And here we go.
Ryan Greenspan on your screen on the right, and there's Archie on the left. 4 minutes left to go here in this matchup.
Like Billy got a bouncer coming out to the snake side. Looked like Blake got another check going to that mini race. Both teams having sides. Derek Jordan getting shot on the break. Going out to the Dorito side, Ryan Greenspan, he gets shot in the middle of the field. So 4-on-4 right now. Tyler Harmon getting that shot on Derek Jordan. Colt Roberts in the Dorito 1. He's got Billy Bernaccia next to him on the snake side. Oh, Colt gets shot out of that Dorito, so he comes walking off.
So no one on the D side of the field right now with the loss of Derek Jordan and Colt Roberts. Goff, Bernaccia, and Archie Montemayor still alive.
Yeah, Goff up in the middle of the field in that center tower. Bernaccia in the snake temple and Archie in the back center. Tyler Harmon comes across from Dorito 1 to Dorito 2. He's got Dalton Vanderbilt with him. Brandon Short comes across into Snake 1. Grayson Goff going to get real tight in that center tower as Brandon Short gets the shot in on Archie across the field. Archie gets shot in the pack. He goes running off. And it looks like they're going to call a minor penalty on one of the X Factor players. I think they got it on Archie for running and pointing and talking.
So Dynasty looking like they're going to take the win and the first seed here in this bracket. Undefeated in the prelims, San Diego Dynasty, but a very, very close match against a strong San Antonio X Factor here that we just watched play itself out.
Yeah, I mean, really close game. It's a good paintball out there. Both teams fighting back, fighting to stay in it. Then there at the very end, some clutch play on the Dorito side from Tyler Harmon, getting 2 kills, shooting Colt and Derek Jordan. And then Brandon Short making a good move over here on the snake side to get Archie as he tried to make a fill out to the Dorito side. So San Diego Dynasty, the #1 seed in the 4th bracket. San Antonio X Factor going to be the 2 seed in the 4th bracket. Going to check in with the referee real quick on that last penalty.
We have a penalty on the play. 00 X Factor. Talking after elimination.
Yeah, so here's
Talking after eliminated.
Yeah, so here's Archie. He backed up, and right when he backed up to get that shot, he got shot from Brandon Short in the snake. And then he went over there to yell at the ref.
They love it when you do that.
Don't I know?
Yes, you do. You can see there Archie walks off and then gave the ref, I think, a piece of his mind, and the ref was like, yeah, sorry, can't do that, Archie. I'm going to throw a penalty. And then Grayson Goff trying to make that move up there on the D side.
Yeah, they're in a really tough spot,
but
as it was anyway.
But X Factor moving on.
Yep.
They're going to be 2-1. No other team in this division can get to 2-1 to make it go to the point spread because both Revo and Thunder are 0-2 right now. So best they can do is 1-2. And then after that, Ironman and Heat are going to be playing each other. But next up, we have Baltimore Revo taking on Seattle Thunder. Right after these highlights. We saw a lot of guys play some good paintball in this game, though, Todd. Ryan Greenspan, 11 confirmed kills. Brandon Short, 6. Tyler Harmon, 4. He had an awesome move up the center. On the flip side, Archie, 11 confirmed kills. Colt did some work. Derek Jordan stepped up. But let's check in with Lauren Kelly. She has Brandon Short from San Diego Dynasty.
Hey guys, I am down here with Brandon Short of Dynasty. Congrats on that win. That was a serious grinder back and forth match. Going into that last point, knowing that you guys obviously needed it to get that win, what was running through your mind?
Well, they took a short breakout. We took a short breakout, so it was a real grinder. You know, it was 4 minutes left on the game. Everyone was shooting tons of paint. I saw one body fly off on their side, one from ours. And the scary about Snake is you always know someone's in the middle, but you just don't know exactly where. I could see the paint. I just was patient about the whole deal. let it break down, watch the clock, and sure enough, the hole opened up, and I got in the snake, and that was kind of it from there.
You guys took a timeout right before that last point, and I heard some debate going on about what to do on the Dorito side. What were you guys trying to change up in your strategy to make sure you could have an advantage off the break?
Really, what we were talking about is what they were doing. We just wanted to make sure that we knew how to avoid their paint and where to put our paint, and I think it worked out. The timeout really paid off. We got one guy off the break, and the rest really just was history from there.
On this field layout, when two powerhouse teams play each other like that, what do you think it's really going to come down to as who's going to win? What's the key factor?
Shooting off the break, of course, and I think whoever could really do-si-do up that middle, who can ever get jiggy with it. So.
All right, well, they got jiggy with it, so congratulations on that win. Next up, we're going to have Revo versus Thunder. Revo's been playing hard, so we'll see if they can get a win. Stay tuned.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on pspevents.com. You don't want to miss it.